What is up, guys? We're back with another video, and today we're checking out this keyboard right here, which is the Lofree Flow. It is a low profile mechanical keyboard. So let's go ahead and take a look. As we take a first look at the keyboard here, we have the light version of the keyboard that's going to come with a silver casing with white keycaps. Now there is also a dark version that's going to come with a darker casing with black keycaps. Now, if you're wondering about the actual size of the keyboard, I'll go ahead and put the official dimensions, like I always do right here. As we take a closer look, we have an 84 key design, which many people know as a 75% layout. Here you have a full complement of keys, full function row, arrow keys, etc. Lofree has designed the keyboard to not really have any extra space on it, and you can see that we just have a small outer frame around the actual keys. As I mentioned, we have white keycaps which have black legends on them, and then the alternate legends are in gold. Lofree is making use of low profile PBT keycaps, which are going to feel a lot better than your standard ABS keycaps. Under the keycaps, you'll find a first on a low profile keyboard, the Kale low profile full palm switches. Palm, or polyoxymethylene, is a pretty common thermoplastic that's used in quite a lot of mechanical key switches, but mainly used in the stem. Here we have the entire switch made out of palm. Palm has a relatively low coefficient or friction compared to polycarbonate and nylon, which is often used in the slider rails of switches. These self-lubricating palm switches from Kale feel smooth on first use and will get even smoother over time. The white version of the keyboard comes with the Kale Ghost switches, which are their linear switches. These have an actuation force of 50 G and a total travel of 2.8 millimeters. The switches on the keyboard are completely hot swappable, although Lofree did not include a switch or keycap puller with the keyboard. Now, the dark version of the keyboard will come with their phantom or tactile switches, and then you can buy their wizard or clicky switches as an add-on. Another thing that makes this keyboard stand out from other low-profile keyboards is its gasket mount design. This type of design is typically reserved for larger non-low-profile keyboards. With this type of design, the PCB is placed between two pieces of silicone with no screws connecting the PCB to the aluminum casing. This means that sound will not echo throughout the keyboard as you are typing. Moving over to the side of the keyboard, we can really see just how thin it is. The actual aluminum casing is only 10 millimeters thick, but there are a set of feet that raise the keyboard up at an angle, so the max height is 24.5 millimeters. This is still incredibly thin. On the opposite side of the keyboard, there is a gold section of the casing with the Lofree logo on it. This adds a nice touch and style to the keyboard. On the top edge of the keyboard, you'll find a USB-C connection, as well as a small slider that allows you to turn the keyboard on and put it into wireless mode. The USB-C connection can be used to not only charge the keyboard, but also use it in wired mode. Talking about using the keyboard in wired mode, the included cable is just kind of like your standard rubber cable, but it does have an angled USB-C port, which allows the cable to sort of go off to the side of the keyboard, which I definitely like. Flipping the keyboard over, we can really see the nice unibody aluminum design. There are two rose gold aluminum feet, which definitely add a nice touch to the keyboard. Now, these feet don't have any type of adjustment, so you're only set at one angle for this keyboard. On the feet, as well as the casing, you will find 4 rubber feet. When it comes to backlighting on the keyboard, you do have white backlighting on the keys. Now, I actually like this because I don't think this keyboard needs RGB backlighting to kind of ruin the whole aesthetic of the keyboard itself. I have it on its highest setting here. There are 4 different brightness levels, so we can go ahead and turn it completely off. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then just to show you what the keyboard looks like, pretty much in the dark. Again, we can go down 1, 2, 3, and then off. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4 as far as brightness levels. There are also RGB accents on each side of the keyboard. Now you can go ahead and cycle through the different colors by holding function and then the right arrow key. And as you can see, we can cycle through the different colors quite easily. We can also change the effect. So we're on steady right now, but there is a breathing effect. So we just hit function and left arrow key. and that's going to turn on the breathing effect. That is the only other effect. You could also turn the lighting completely off if you don't want it. And then of course, we'll turn it right back on. If you are working in the dark or at night, you will be able to see the accent lighting right here on the side of the keyboard. No keyboard review would be complete without a sound test. So here's what it sounds like typing on the Lofree Flow. So when it's all said and done here, I have to say this is probably my favorite low profile mechanical keyboard ever. I'm not the biggest fan of low profile keyboards. I'm a normal size keyboard guy. Usually when I review these type of keyboards, I use it for, my time for my review, and then I automatically switch back to my other keyboard. And with this, I keep on wanting to use it. The typing experience is that good. It's one of the best sounding and best feeling keyboards that I think I've ever used when it comes to like a low profile keyboard. For typing, this is going to be one of the best experiences you're going to have with a keyboard. And it's really awesome that you're getting that experience in a low profile form factor, low profile keycaps, all that stuff. I think that Lofree has done pretty much everything right with this keyboard. You have the full palm switches, which I really like the idea of. It's already a really smooth typing experience, but I like the idea of that experience is going to get even smoother over time with the full palm switch. I really like that. PBT keycaps, of course, they're going to feel so much better than your normal ABS keycaps. You have the all aluminum unibody design there, which just looks awesome and feels great. You have the gasket mount design as well, so you're not going to get pinging or anything like that while you're typing. Like I said, this keyboard sounds amazing when you're typing on it. You have wired and wireless connectivity. You do have some lighting, although I don't feel that the lighting really makes a difference with this keyboard. It looks beautiful by itself. The only things that I would say would be sort of missing on this keyboard is there is no height adjustment. So, whenever you set it on your desk, that's what you're going to get. There's also no software. So if you wanted to do anything custom, you need to download third-party software to do that. And there is no 2.4 gigahertz wireless. So the only wireless you're going to get is with the Bluetooth, which I think is great for most people, but some people may want the 2.4 gigahertz. You're not going to get that there. But overall, I really, really like this keyboard. Oh yeah, one other thing is that, this is a hot swappable keyboard, meaning that you can, switch out the switches, but there is no keycap or key pooler included either, which is a bit of a bummer. But like I said, overall, I think that this is, again, just the best low-profile keyboard that I have ever used. It's that good, and I might just use it just for my typing needs. This is a typist keyboard. It is great. Can be great for programmers, just writers, people who are using a keyboard and want a great experience. This is going to be that keyboard. Now, you can pick this up on Kickstarter right now. It's going to be $129, and then if you don't get in on the Kickstarter, it will be sold for $149 later. We will have all of those links in the description, so you can go ahead and, pick this keyboard up. But if you are somebody who's like a full-size, normal size keyboard guy, and you wanted something a bit smaller, but you still want that great feel, all of those great features that you typically get with larger mechanical keyboards, you're getting all of that in this keyboard. And like I said, at the end of the day, it is my favorite low-profile keyboard that I've ever used. So, like I said, go ahead and check this keyboard out. Check out our full review on ThinkComputers.org. That link is in the description as well. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video.